Pep Guardiola, the man who coached Messi, Xavi, Iniesta, doesn't hand out praise lightly. But the first time he watched young Phil Foden train, he paused. He stared for a few seconds, almost as if he couldn't believe what he was seeing. And then he said a sentence that shocked everyone at the academy. "Foden is the biggest talent I've ever seen at his age." A statement not meant for just any youngster. A judgment made by one of the greatest football minds ever. And the boy who earned that praise wasn't a superstar, wasn't a prodigy raised in luxury, but a 17-year-old kid from Stockport, a kid who grew up only a few miles from the Etihad. As a child, he wasn't thinking about fame, trophies, or global recognition. All he cared about was football. He trained until the sun went down, dribbled until his legs burned, and dreamed, every single day, of wearing the Manchester City badge. And today, that kid has become the shining jewel of Manchester City, the player Pep calls the Diamond. This is the story of Phil Foden, the boy from Stockport, the Blue Diamond of Manchester, and one of England's brightest footballing treasures. And to understand why Pep trusted him so deeply, we have to go back to where it all began. Back to the moment a little boy from Stockport first fell in love with football and with the club that would one day become his destiny. Fact 1. The boy who was born a Blue. Before he ever stepped onto the pitch as a professional, Phil Foden was already bleeding blue. Growing up in Stockport, just a few miles from the Etihad, he wasn't just a kid who liked football, he was a true Manchester City fan. He watched every match with wide, excited eyes. He wore the shirt. He lived the dream long before he ever touched the grass as a first-team player. For Foden, Manchester City wasn't just a club he would play for. It was the club he loved since the very beginning. Fact 2. Pep called him the Diamond. Pep Guardiola doesn't hand out praise easily, but with Phil Foden, he saw something different from the very first training session. Pep said, "Foden is the biggest talent I've ever seen at his age." From that moment, Manchester City knew they had a real diamond. Fact 3. He loved football so much he nearly ignored school. As a kid, Foden loved football so much that he often forgot about school. He spent every free moment playing, practicing, and dribbling until it got dark. That almost obsessive passion became the foundation of the incredible player he is today. Fact 4. He got a Mercedes before he had a driver's license. When Foden signed his first professional contract, he received a brand new Mercedes. But the problem was, he didn't have a driver's license yet. So his dad had to drive it, while Foden sat in the passenger seat dreaming of the day he could take the wheel. Fact 5. U17 World Cup champion and Golden Ball winner. In 2017, Phil Foden not only helped England win the U17 World Cup, but also won the Golden Ball as the best player of the tournament. At just 17, he outshined top young talents and became the brightest star of his generation. Fact 6. He joined Manchester City at just 8 years old. Foden wasn't a big money signing, he was truly homegrown. He joined Manchester City's academy at just 8 years old and grew up inside the club he had loved since childhood. Fact 7. His spatial awareness is exceptional. Manchester City coaches revealed that Foden has extraordinary spatial awareness. He can recall the positions of teammates and opponents in a split second, allowing him to operate in tight spaces with incredible smoothness. Fact 8. His goal against Dortmund proved precision beats power. In the Champions League match against Dortmund, Foden scored a memorable goal. Not powerful, but perfectly placed. The ball curved beautifully into the corner, leaving the goalkeeper frozen. It showcased Foden's finesse over raw power. Fact 9. He reached over 200 appearances for City at a very young age. While most players his age were still fighting for minutes, Foden had already surpassed 200 appearances for Manchester City. It showed Pep's huge trust in him and his remarkable consistency at the highest level. Fact 10. Left-footed but deadly with his right foot too. Even though he's naturally left-footed, Foden scores many goals with his right. In some seasons, his weaker foot has even scored more, making him one of the most unpredictable attackers inside the box. And those were 10 fascinating facts about Phil Foden, the boy from Stockport, Pep Guardiola's diamond, and one of England's brightest football stars. If you know any other interesting facts about Foden, feel free to drop them in the comments. And if any detail wasn't fully accurate, let us know so we can improve together. We wish Foden the very best for this season with Manchester City. Which player should we cover next? Thank you for watching and see you in the next video.